Greetings, pokefans! Jonathan here, and there's a variety of Pokemon found in the Unova region. Some of them are weak and some of them are strong. Then there are so many other differences, and you tend to make mistakes here and there in choosing Pokemon for your team. The differences actually occur because some of the Pokemon in the beginning happen to be weak, and at the end they become someone really strong and overpowered. And in the beginning, since they were weak, you released them, and then afterwards you knew that they would be someone really strong and overpowered, and you, stupid enough, actually released them. So that you don't make that mistake again, you correct your mistake. I made this video here. Yes, I'm sure you have made a mistake somewhere or another in choosing your Pokemon. And if you've not, then you're some kind of abnormal, extraordinary, inhuman being living on Earth, come from the Pluto planet, and we should all just bow down to you. That's what it means. So, please do enjoy the video, click the like button, and subscribe to my channel. And in the description below also, I have given the link to Hyper Potions. Do subscribe their channel too. And they make good EPDs, really, and they allow you to use them in your videos. That was a spoiler alert. That's what I had to say. So, Pokemon which would be allowed to be in the team would be Pokemons from the Unova region itself, that is found in the region, and traded Pokemons. Cheats won't be allowed here because if you had cheats, then you could get yourself unlimited rare candies, feed them to your Pokemon, and your Pokemon would grow up level 50, level 100, even before you defeated the gym leaders and reached the Elite Four, and then you're completely overpowered, and it's useless of even you seeing my video here. And the thing about cheats is you could keep yourself an Arceus, a Giratina, or a Mewtwo, or any other kind of overpowered legendary, and your team is very stupid, damn tough. That's the reason traded Pokemons will be allowed here, because without traded Pokemons, you actually cannot actually get your Pokemon fully evolved. That's what. Not all Pokemon actually fully evolve. For example, a Gutur never became a Gokelda until you have traded it with another device, or your friend or relative or somebody who also has a Gutur. So that's quite fair. Otherwise, you won't have your fully evolved team. So traded Pokemon have to be allowed here. So I have made a video only for Pokemon Black and White Part 1. Part 2 would be in the next video actually, if maybe it is. Because if I actually included Black and White Part 2, the video would have ended horribly very big and large, and I cannot afford that. So please do understand, and that's what I had to tell. So now we need to choose the right starter, because the starter decides your team. If your starter choice is good, that means you're going to have a good team. So, to choose the best 3 starters from the 3, I mean to say that, they are going to be Tepig, Oshawott, and Snivy. So, to choose them, 3 features would be allowed here. One is to check the base state total, which would be the sum of their attack, defense, and other kind of measurements. Number 2 would be how effective they are against the team leaders and elite foes and other places of the game. And the third feature is something which is complicated and needs a little bit of explanation there, and that is if that Pokemon starter is the best when compared to other Pokemon of its own type in the same region. Don't worry, I'll explain that to you. I also had to take my head into it. Well, so let's go to the first. Okay. So, to see how effective they are against the team leaders. So, to start with a Snivy. A Snivy is effective against the two gym leaders only. That is the ground type gym leader and the electric type gym leader Eliza. Eliza because electricity cannot be conducted through grass and it acts as an insulator. And grass is supposed to be something which really is a good insulator. And against ground because, well, an Oshawott is actually strong against the ground type gym leader only. Really. Only the gym leader. One gym leader. That sounds strange, I understand you. Ground time because mud becomes too muddy when it is brought in content with water, because then water makes it really less effective. Nutrients gets dissolved too much. That's what it actually means. And tapping finally. And a tapping would be strong against a lot of gym leaders and also the elite force. Gym leader first is the normal type gym leader because a normal type gym leader consists of normal type Pokemons, and if you have evolved a tapping into a Pignite, then you're going to have fighting type moves. And fighting type moves means you're going to have good chance within the normal type, because a wrestler can actually defeat a normal looking man. Tapping is also strong against the grass type gym leader because fire burns grass. Tapping is resistant against the electric type gym leader because actually electricity cannot be conducted through fire. And finally, one of the last gym leaders, that is the ice type, because, well, actually it's not ice, because ice actually doesn't get burned easily. At first, heat energy, in other words, gets absorbed by ice due to latent heat, and so it's not so effective against ice. But within the game, fire is actually strong against ice. So we go within the game, and so that's what it actually says. Ice gets melted with fire. So the second feature is the base state total. So a Snivy has good enough base states. He is not a very bad Pokemon, even after being weak. So he has quite good base states. And Oshawott is much stronger than the Snivy. That's what I can say. And throughout the game he's good. But a Tepig is very stronger than a Oshawott. But one thing is that the point shouldn't go to Tepig again, because not because of injustice, but Tepig actually doesn't do as well as a Samurott. For example, once you have grown up your Tepig, it's been a Pignite and then an Emboar, his states aren't actually like in Samurott. It's little bit different and it's little weak. You don't actually get all that because, well, as I told you in the first feature itself, an Embo was quite effective against the gym leaders and Elite 4 and is more helpful, but the base states are actually weaker than a Samurott. Even though Samurott is weak against the gym leader, doesn't do something very good. So, point should go to an Oshawott. I am saying that. Thank you for understanding again. And the third feature finally, as I told you, which needs explanation, is if that Pokemon is the best when compared to other Pokemon of its own type in the whole region. So let's take an Tepig for example. A Tepig is a fire type Pokemon, and there are fire type Pokemon in the region such as Zermanitan, which almost matches up to the base state total of an Emboar and is quite good. He is a satisfactory Pokemon. Even if you are finding it late, it doesn't mean that he is really weak. I understand that Darumaka is really a hopeless Pokemon, But as I told you in the beginning of the video, don't release it because the Dharmanitan, which is its post evolution, is very strong. So you don't have to really take a Tepig. You can take some other starter instead of Tepig. So next is Oshawott. Oshawott actually doesn't need to be chosen again because there are many other water Pokemons like him, like a Pulpitoid, a Sunkisk, and many other Pokemons. Really, I can't put them in the list. I'm very innocent with that. But then you don't really need to keep an Oshawott. You can keep another Pokemon starter. The other Pokemon starter would be Snivy because Snivy is one of the best weak starters, I mean to say, but he's best in terms of Pokemon grass type. For example, what I mean is that Pokemon such as Deerings, Petlil, Liviani actually don't match up to the states of a Snivy. They are somewhat hopeless, So Snivy can actually be a better Pokemon. So we've gone through all three states, and what we can summarize in the best starters is Tepig, because a Tepig has almost defeated most of the Pokemon in terms of points. What I mean here, he's effective against the most team leaders, which is important, and almost matches up the states of a Samurott. So Tepig is the best starter. So Tepig comes into our team. Take him there. The next thing is to choose the remaining 5 Pokemons. So a Lillipup should actually be in our team. That is our second Pokemon. You can catch it at Route 1 or Route 2. It doesn't matter where you catch it, but you need a Lillipup because by the time you reach the Elite Four, he's going to be a Thoughtland and really going to be helpful against a Ghost type team leader and the Dark type team leader. So really he's helpful there. The third Pokemon would be the Pokemon at Dreamyard. And that Pokemon is going to be a monkey Pokemon, which will be a type weak against a starter. So an Ember, or maybe a Tepig because he won't be that much, is a fire Pokemon. So you will get a Pensage. So he's quite a good Pokemon, almost like Snivy. Means he's weak, I understand that, but he's still a good Pokemon, and you should keep him. The fourth Pokemon is one Pokemon which is really important, and that's a Pidove. Because once he grows up and evolves, he really becomes a very good Pokemon, tough Pokemon. He helps you against fighting type Elite Four. Quite helpful. And he's the only Pokemon in a team who has the ability to learn Fly. Since he only knows Fly, it's helpful because in the game itself you have to go from Necrine City to in one other city, and so you cannot just walk up from that place. So really Fly is helpful there. The fifth Pokemon would be a Pokemon which you will have to catch late, and that Pokemon would be an Excadrill. An Excadrill is a ground and a steel type Pokemon. He is a steel type Pokemon, and a steel type is really very good because he is effective against the majority of the types. For example, fire, then water, electricity, and multiple more, about 7 or 8 types, and that's good, including the Elite Four. And as well, ground type maybe doesn't count so much, but still is a good type. The sixth Pokemon, which is the last Pokemon, would be an Axew, because an Axew is a dragon type Pokemon and helps you to tackle the most dangerous, most difficult team leader, that being the dragon type team leader, because dragon type is really tough. I found it tough, even after defeating only 3 Pokemons. What else can I tell you? It's really tough. I'm sure you will have. Admit it in the comments. So, that's what I had to say. You've had your 6 Pokemons team. They would be Tepic, Lillipup, Pidove, Pansage, Excadrill, and Axew. I'm sure this team will be really very helpful to you. And please do admit that too. One thing I must tell you, don't think that I'm stupid or something that I told you to keep a Tepic, because my channel's name is actually starting with Oshawott and featuring Oshawott, and I actually am telling you to take a Tepic. Actually, Tepic is much more stronger than Oshawott, but since Oshawott is cute and I've been using him from start when I was 6-year-old kid, so I had to actually keep him in my team. If by chance you keep an Oshawott, then you can have to replace Excadrill with an Gurdur, or maybe a Gokalda if you can trade it. And if you keep a Snivy, the same thing. You have to replace an Excadrill with a fighting type Pokemon, because a fighting type Pokemon is helpful against every gym Elite 4. Okay, so the Psychic type 2, which